Are they okay? What's up, my brothers, my sisters, and such? So, after quite a deliberation, I've been taping a lot of stuff. To edit it and upload it from here, it's almost like impossible. But you'll see some things over in August and September as I give myself a little bit of a break. But instead, it's kind of funny because I came on Monday and I had a really good time being on here live. And I said, I got to get back to doing live stuff. That's what I enjoyed the most. It was coming on here live and doing stuff. So my son had come by and he goes, when are we going to do some of the things that, you've been working on? And I've been working on a lot of things. David, how are you? I've been working my butt off on a bunch of stuff. Just getting it painted, getting it ready. The Mordheim stuff. Stupid root beer in the way. The Mordheim stuff has come along perfectly. I've got everything all set. I've got my army set. I got my buildings put together. Thanks to our good friends over at Battle Systems, who are just glorious. Excuse me for a second. And I've been working on getting a bunch of my guys painted up to go through a Warhammer Quest campaign. And not the old one. I mean, not the new one, but the good old 95. And that is either going to start Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So we're going to do a bit of a tutorial next week, go through so everybody understands how the game works. And then in homage to the great little monk, we are going to take this thing for a ride. I mean, we are, it's got an oil change. We changed all the tires. We made sure the suspension is good. And we're going to take this thing on the road and we are going to open it up. And, some people might be, oh, God, really? But I really wanted to do this. And just to break it up, again, my days I'm leaving open are Tuesdays and Wednesdays for live stuff. So I may shift the video that normally would go on Tuesdays to Wednesday if I'm going to go live. So if you don't see something go live on at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, because I'm leaving it, because I don't want to disappoint anybody by not following through. In the past, that's happened a lot. Life gets in the way. That's why I work out first thing when I get up in the morning. Okay? Because you're always going to find an excuse. The kids started screaming. It's thundering out. It's this. It's that. And you're going to let these things get in your way when you can prevent that by making it the first thing you ever do, and I just think, if you do it correctly, do it well, do it right, everything works out great. So I have a plan to give myself enough flexibility with life to make sure that I can fit in at least a live play a week. And I'm finally at that point. Now, I am going to go away for a few days in August. My wife surprised me. We are actually going to South Carolina. We are going to go see Manchester United play Liverpool. I've never gotten a chance to see Manchester United play. And she had bought me tickets and wanted to surprise me. So we're going to go up. We're going to leave on a Friday. We're going to go to Charleston for a few days. Then we'll drive to the game, go back to Charleston, and then make our way home on Monday. Then from that point, and of course that's Gen Con weekend. I'll have, matter of fact, you're going to see a really unique kind of video about Gen Con, because everybody, I mean, in the old days there wasn't a lot of us, and we would do our Gen Con previews. Now everybody does their Gen Con most anticipated games of Gen Con. Do you really want to see me do that video? No, you don't. You want to see something else. So I did something a little different, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys. There you go. I'm just not going, I just can't walk the same path as everybody. I can't be a lemming. I really can't. I mean, if I was that, I'd be wheeling my wife out here every 5 minutes. Okay? And have her give you guys the butterface, and then say, hey, go to our Patreon. No, not doing that. What I am doing is I'm going to do what's comfortable for me. I'm going to sit here and talk to some of my friends out there. James, good to see you, my brother. And keep this really smart. I want to thank a couple individuals personally. Shannon Wade, he said, hey, listen, I'm going to buy that lot, and I'm going to give you a little bit extra, which was very kind of him to buy the Zombicide thing, and he paid top dollar, which, I mean, I can't thank him enough. The minute he said he wanted to do that, I just threw a label on the damn thing and sent it out. And then somebody in the comments goes, well, it's your fault because you printed out the label. I use Pirate Ship. And the greatest thing about Pirate Ship, even though it's a complete annoyance to make the label, you just go there and click deny, refund. And they refund you your money to your account. Boom, within an hour. Wasn't a big deal. So, when I do these auctions, which is kind of funny, and we'll get back to Warhammer Quest, which is the main reason I want to talk about some stuff and some other things. You try to plan things out so it's not taking you forever, and you get things out to everybody. Everything was out Monday. And boom, just like that. Another brother. Oh, God. I feel horrible because, first of all, it's been a very long day. Very long day. The grandchildren were brutal today. Brutal. I was in a bunch of meetings and they're screaming, oh my God, I want my crayons. Yeah, I'm talking about your kids.
Oh, yeah?
My son just walked by. And he keeps on asking when we're going to do Mordheim. So we're going to fit Mordheim in there. We're going to really try to really make it like the old days. But our days seem to be Tuesday and Wednesday where we can really kind of figure things out, which is kind of cool. Excuse me. I didn't mean to burp on you. Oh, the other brother, the dude just came through. And he's a guy that, I'm so happy this went to. Because, John Metzger, who bought the Warcry stuff. I can't thank him enough. And the reason I'm happy it went to him, he's been around here a long time. And for me, that was very personal because I put that thing together with extreme care. It was one of the best jobs I feel I ever done. And I know it's going to a good home. And for me, that makes me happy. I know he's going to get a lot of love out of it. And I wanted to make sure that it went to a good home. And a lot of this stuff that's personal, I hope goes to a good home. Not just someplace for a resale. So, it's kind of weird. David said, I live in Charleston, South Carolina. A lot of great restaurants, good, because the Queen and I are going to try them out. Downtown. or in Mount Pleasant. I think we're going to be staying kind of near Mount Pleasant because we got to go to Columbia, which is about an hour and a half away, 2 hours, to go see the game. So we didn't want to stay in Columbia because, I mean, I did my basic in Columbia at Fort Jackson, and there's nothing there, okay? And to bring my wife up there, you know, we just went, we'll go someplace else. My brother lives in North Carolina. My dearest brother. He gave me a call today. I'm off topic, I know. Here we go. Gives me a call today. Goes, so, what are you doing? Nothing. Because we talked about 2 hours yesterday. Yesterday was my mom's birthday. Unfortunately, she passed away 2 years ago, and you know, we're both dealing with it in different ways, and you know, we talk to each other and stuff like that. And I pulled out the last picture I had. It's just weird. We were talking about her all day, and you know, we were on the phone for about 2.5 hours. I mean, we do that. We were talking about Mobius, who was like the greatest comic artist ever to live, or artist, period, to ever live. And I was talking about how I made copies of all the stories that he ever did in heavy metal. And I was going to send it up to him because he's a young whippersnapper. He's 20 years my younger. You know, and it's funny because, you know, like I've said in the past, I always wanted to spend time with him even when he was a small kid. You know, here I was 22 and he was like 2 years old. I was taking him in the car, you know, when I should be out hanging with friends and stuff like that. And he and I just go do everything together, you know, for a number of years. I would take my Saturdays after I get out of work, and just spend time with him. You know, the kid meant the world to me. He still does. And there was so I went onto this hard drive because I was dragging comics onto this computer, and I found this hard drive I had. I said, oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. So I found like the Micronauts and Rom, the Space Knight, you know, that entire series, and a lot of little nichey things. Epic Magazine, which was one of my favorite, Epic Illustrated, and I dragged all that stuff over, and then all of a sudden I see this file. It says pictures. I go, what's this? And I open it up, and it was the last time I had saw my mom. And there was a picture, and it, of course that happened yesterday. There was a picture of me and all my brothers and my father and my mother, and it was the last time we were all together, and that was the last time I saw her. So I sent them that picture, and yeah, let me see. This was Jesus. I don't know if I could do this. You stupid. There we go. Maybe I could show you guys. We'll try. Okay, hold on. I'm going to bring down camera number 2. Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can do this. We'll try it a little differently. Okay. We'll show you some pictures, right? Above cam. Okay. Well, that's not going to work, right? Alright, so I'll do my best. So, here we go. Let's see if I can get that to focus in. Of course I can't. Do I do it this way? Yeah, okay, so. There we go. It's not the best, guys. What can I tell you? So that's my little brother. Okay. That's the guy I still talk to. That is my brother Mikey. I haven't seen him in about 14 years. My father, I haven't spoke to. My mom. My mom. And then me and my mom were close. We just couldn't get along. I can't explain it. There's me, and there's the rat bastard brother of mine. He is like the worst human being on earth. He would rob money from dead people. I mean, that's how nasty he is. But and we just no matter how good I tried to be to him, it didn't matter. Let me see. It's my mom and my uncle Joe. They're both gone. Boy, that's the blue. Oh, here we go. Maybe you guys can see her a little better there. There we go. It's my dad, my mom. Yeah, that was the last time I saw him. I saw her, and it was just a real tough day yesterday. Because, I'll be honest with you. Tomorrows are never guaranteed. I say that a lot. And I wish I could have said goodbye, but my rotten brother refused to get a hold of me. And he was kind of running the show because when you're born second, sometimes you get jealous because the number one son, this guy, I just always had that power. I had that authority. I was born a leader. Okay, some people are born leaders, some people are not, and he was always jealous of it. He wasn't an athletic kid. You saw he was like half my size, and he thought it was his moment to shine. So how do you shine? You keep me out of it, and you don't let me know my mom's dying. My father is a different cat. Very, very hard man. Had a very tough life. I think that's the best way you could put it. But you just kind of hope for the best, and then life just takes some weird turns. So I never got to say goodbye to her, but when I saw my brother in January, if you remember me talking about the fact that my brother was coming down, I wish he can come on here. Let me see if I can bother him. Hold on. Because there's a conversation that has to be had here anyways. Of course, I know this has nothing to do with Warhammer Quest, but we'll get to that. Bear with me.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone.
Okay. He's probably busy with the kids. He's got 2 young kids. So there's a story behind this. It kind of went sideways like I always do. So I sent them those pictures, and we were like, oh man, for crying out loud, and then later in the evening, I'm laying in bed, and I'm watching YouTube. I'm trying to figure out a couple things, particularly this. I want to make sure I got the See a Legend thing down, which I did, and I taped it, and you're going to see a thing about Shiver Me Timbers. And I was, no, it wasn't Sea of Legends, because I've already taped this. I got the collector's edition of Robinson Crusoe, and I thought it came with that adventure book, but it doesn't. So I got to try to hunt that thing down. Oh, and a huge, huge thank you to Tristan at Tristan Hall at Hall or Nothing Games. My copy of Call of Kilforth, unfortunately, was on the ground over there, and we had a window leak, and it soaked the box and got all the cards wet, and I felt horrible. And I wrote him and I said, I was going to do a playthrough and I really apologize. I'm willing to pay for it. Can you send me a copy of Call of Killforth? I know you sent me that copy, to review, but I explained what happened. And he was such a nice guy. He goes, Rob, no problem. I'll send you another one. I go, Tristan, let me pay you. He goes, no. And he sent it without even thinking. And I just got it in yesterday. So I wanted to do a playthrough of that because I love that card game. It's such a great card game. All right, so getting back to the story. So he calls me, he gets a hold of me at night, and he goes, what are you doing? I go, he texts me. I go, nothing. He goes, with all this stuff talking about Mom yesterday, we didn't talk about one of the most important things that's going on. I go, what's that? He goes, college football 25 is coming out. And are you going to get it? I went, what? He goes, no, college football, you got to see it. You got to see it. So I said, all right. So I researched it on YouTube. And I watched about an hour and a half videos about it because it's all about recruiting and stuff. And we love that kind of stuff, If you're a fan of Retro Bowl or College Retro Bowl, which is a game that you play on your phone, it's all about building your team and having certain points and stuff like that. And it seems like they took that model and did that. So I said, today I was dropping off the package for Shannon, and I get a phone call. Hey, what are you doing? I go, nothing. What are you doing? He goes, I'm going to go get an Xbox. I go, you're going to go get an Xbox? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm going to go get College Football 25. I go, yeah, you need to get one. I go, I got the Xbox or the PlayStation 5. We could do it on either. No, I'm going to get the Xbox because I could play Pirates on that. I go, okay. I go, if you're going to commit to this, we'll do it in the evenings. He goes, yep. He goes, I'm going to go get it on Friday. I go, okay. So I'm going to go get College Football 25. But, I mean, that's the kind of relationship that we have. We always do things together. We're always talking and spending time together. Work email. It's too late. I'm done with work. But let's get to Warhammer Quest campaign. Like I said, we are starting next week. I got it narrowed down to 2 campaigns, and I need to paint one last guy, and it's this dude right here, because he's this Minotaur dude. So I'm proxying some things because I'm kind of, I was kind of hesitant because I've never done Catacomb of Terror, but with all this great stuff from Little Monk, who is going to be sung praises through this whole campaign, and we are going to give you links on how to help him out at his Patreon and all the other things, because this guy has not just brought this game back to life, but he's made it one of the best games out there. It's second to none after all these years. The best games are the ones you buy with your brother. Oh, yeah. I love my brother. Since he was a little kid. Always did everything for him. We've never fought. I mean, never yelled at each other. Never said a cross word to each other. My other brother, I've beaten the shit out of to the point where he's got scars on his head. Because he would just push me, and I knew I was better than him. I was always better than him, and he couldn't stand that. But he's one of those guys with a razor tongue. And he would run his mouth. And I sit there and take it. And one day I just said, you better shut up. Nah, I don't have to. You're nothing. And I turned around and I hit him. I hit him so hard that I split his eyebrow open, and I sent him to another dimension. And because he was nice for a while, and I think he found his way back. But my mother was so mad at me. My mother was so mad at me. Oh, she was so mad at me. Wait till your father gets home. I go, you saw that he kept on doing it. You were right there. You did nothing to stop him. And he paid the price. When my mom died, he took all her jewelry and hocked it. He hocked all her stuff. I mean, he just... And I know he did it, you know, and he didn't want me there because, oh, you know, when my mom was alive, I told her, I go, do me a favor. Do not leave me anything in the will if you pass away. All I not want is some pictures of when I was young, of you and Dad and stuff like that, and my brothers and stuff like that, and my Uncle Bill, which meant the world to me. I go, if you can do that for me, that's fine. Give everything to David so he has a good start in life. Me, I'm fine. I'm on my way, you know? And she understood what I wished. And sure enough, you know, I was cut out of that will. And that's okay, because I remember that's what I asked her to do. She wrote me a letter that, you know, when he was down here in January when we went to the Royal Rumble, that, you know, we were talking about yesterday. He goes, did you open that? I go, no, I can't read it. And he goes, why? Because she had wrote me a letter before she died, and we hadn't talked in 14, 15 years, and she was dying, and she wrote me a letter, a goodbye letter. I can't read it. I think I'll get madder if I read it, and that I didn't get to say goodbye to her because of that brother. And I think I would go hunt him down, and it wouldn't be good for him. And that's why I said, you know, when I can come to peace with things, which two and a half years later, I really can't yet. But, you know, I hope that I can find some peace in my heart. I really do. I struggle with it. So there you go. Boy, I'm bouncing all over the place. And I hope you guys forgive me. But this is live. And when I go live, I talk from the heart. There's no script. I don't have anybody holding cue cards. there are people actually out there with scripts that they read from. This is YouTube. This is an NBC, CBS. You know, I don't know. Cinemax. Nothing. How are you? But I had planned on doing that, and my son's been bothering me because he knows I've been working on the Mordheim stuff. Because when are we going to do Mordheim? So we're going to do Mordheim live. We're going to fit that in there so it's not just every week. Because the problem is when you do a multi-tier type of quest, you know, if you go Warhammer Quest, you're going to get a lot of views or something the first episode. But then the episodes just kind of go down until nobody's really watching stuff. And you want to do stuff that people want to watch. I mean, if you're going to put in the effort, do something different. Like, there's this game right here that I absolutely love, and I want to do live. So the only thing that might, you know, I just might do this to test out the cameras a bit to make sure I get everything hooked up right for Warhammer Quest, is Dice and Dragons. Now, people have a lot of problem with this dude because I guess he did something or another, but I really like this game. What you're doing is you're being a hero, and you have certain types of abilities that you are going to be utilizing to try to kill this dragon. And there's tougher and tougher and tougher dragons, and you can do this campaign. You could be a hero, a warrior. You could be a a ranger, you could be a wizard or whatever. And each side of the face has a different symbol. Well, you're going to roll them like Yahtzee, and then you're going to try to combine them to cause a combo so you can do certain damage. Like if you got 3 of a kind, you might do just 4 damage. But if you're able to do, get a bunch of different symbols, whether it's a full house or straight or something, you're going to do more damage to the dragon. But there's these dragon heads on the dice, and after 3 rolls, okay, if there's any dragon dice, well, there are abilities on the dragon that he is going to do back to you and your partner when it's the dragon phase. Not cool whatsoever. So it's called a retaliatory strike. It's such a fun game. So we might fit that in. We'll see. Maybe we'll stream Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll test the cameras on Tuesday, and then we'll do Warhammer Quest on Wednesday. I think that might be good. But we are going down that rabbit hole thanks to our good friend and loyal hero of Warhammer Quest 95. I mean, this guy. I thought I loved the game more than anybody else. Nope. I have to put that crown on that bro, because Little Monk is the man. All right, I'm going to tell you right now. So we are really going to really take and really go through this, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I've got a bunch of different stuff coming up. I got stuff all over this table, as you can see, that I've been working on different projects. A lot of things I want to show you guys. Oh, I forgot about this. Oops. Well, that was great. I just dumped over a whole bunch of stuff. I gotta check this out. Yeah, okay. There we go. All right. So I gotta do a review on Bat Flip Destiny. Build a baseball team for the ages. So very interesting. So I gotta shoot that video too. Oh boy. Okay, so here's the trophy cups. There was stuff that was missing from it. Oh, and he sent it all. This dude is a good dude. So he got the dice out to me, because there's different type of dice, and there's certain trophies that you are going to, every time you win the pennant, and that's depending on how many, how big of a score you win by, and then you win that trophy for that, which is kind of cool. I should paint those trophies and make them nice and gold. Okay, so I got that in there. So I got to do that. So there's just a lot of little things that I got to do and stuff like that, and you try to fit everything in. And finally, I got some room here, but it doesn't look it with everything piled over there. It's because I'm setting up, because I've got a few more things I've got to do. But man, I'm really excited for next week, and I wanted to come live and tell you that when I came on Monday, and then afterwards my son came out to me and he goes, "Hey, Rob, my dad," I'm thinking my brother, "Dad, when are we going to play something together?" I go, "Well, if you don't mind, you can help me and we could do something live." And so he goes, "Well, I'm off on Tuesdays, and Wednesday afternoons are pretty good once I put the kids to bed." I said, "All right, well, let's plan on doing something next week." So I want to get the cameras set up overhead here, which I have that one over there. I want to get that one all jacked up, and we want to take this for a ride. We want to have some fun here. So between the 15 cameras that I got here, I think we'll be able to cover everything and have a lot of fun with it. Keep it just real simple. Keep it real simple, and get it going. There are a couple different things I want to do. I've got to finish painting that Minotaur and the Witch Hunter, because I think he's going to play into to some of this campaign. So I'm really looking forward to this. And then once we do that, then as promised, and I do promise this, if I don't do this, I'll shut this channel down. We're going to go to League of Dungeoneers, and we're going to be doing Dungeon Universalis. And we're going to do some really nice walkthroughs with this stuff and have some fun. I wrote Renegade to see if I can get Age of Annihilation in. I think it'd be interesting, the Heroescape stuff. I think that'd be fun with me and my son. So I wrote them. And then I also wrote, I was written back in last September, World Spanner Faction. The guy that runs it, he had wrote me and needed some help with something, and I think I helped him out. I was really sick then too. I tried to do what I could for the guy. And he was from Iowa. And they just came out with, which is essentially Duel of Ages 3. So I asked him, hey, I wrote him back and I said, can you send us a review copy so I can show it to the guys? Because they're really going to want to see this. I think you guys want to see that. So we got that going on. Slay the Spire, I've written them 1,000 times. And they have laughed at me every single time, which is okay. But I tried a few times. I said, oh boy, because I play that game all the time on my Xbox. Has anybody beaten that heart? Now, I've gotten all the way. I've beaten the third boss, okay? And I've beaten the third boss. And I got the key from the red, the blue, and the green, of course. Okay, so I ran through that. Nice couple 100 hours there, right? Now, I try to take one guy and I try to make the run. And I am just... Are you done with Dungeon Crusade? Rexomatic, I say this all the time. I am so done with that game. I got rid of that game. I'm just over it. Are you done with Dungeon Crusade? We still have to have it set when we get home in September. Oh, we still have to get there's something in the way there and I can't see. There's a heart there. So if somebody makes another comment and the thing goes up a bit, I'll be able to answer that. Now I'm done. I'm done with Dungeon Crusade. Honestly, with all the stuff that has come out lately, I think Roger put his heart and soul into it. There's just, for me, after playing it a while, and just going, there's a lot missing there for me. And it's nothing against Roger or the game, and some people take it very personally. I thought the setup to get everything, we still have it set when we get home in September. Okay, that's what I thought you said. I just, for me, nah. I think it frustrated me in a lot of ways. I liked the art. I liked the idea. But for me, when I think of a dungeon crawl, I think of my boy Martin Knight with D100, Andrea with 4 Against Darkness, Warhammer Quest 95, all-time greatest, Dungeoneers, Dungeon Versalis. You could throw Hero Quest in there. Chronicles of Drungor, which I love. Oathsworn. Those guys are the best. Love those guys. I just think, when I start thinking about if I had to whittle things down, there are just games that I think that are just better. Ultimate Tanares, I've got to try that out, find out what's going on with that. Do a little bit now that I think I got it figured out. Fate Forge, Chronicles of Khan is a great one. There's just so many things out there that I just think are better. And it's not saying the game's bad. It's just, I don't like hurting people's feelings. It's just, for me, I've kind of moved on. I think that's the best way to put it, right? And there you go. I've got this. I wanna do live too. Maybe I'll do that. Kingdom Legacy. I would do it now. I kind of do. I would do a thing with the dragon right now. I just don't have my camera set up. I just came on. I wanted to talk to you guys about what I got planned, what I want to do. And I think we're finally in a position now that we got the fence up. Now that the cows are happy. Now that, even though we're headed into hurricane season, bear with us, that might get in the way 1 week, where, we're trying to get things ready. Going to revisit Conan this weekend. Oh, that's cool. Conan. I got rid of Conan a while ago. I painted it and got rid of it. See, I got Dungeon Saga Origins up there, to mess around with. I got a lot of stuff that I want to break out for you guys. And I think it's now I feel comfortable enough and balanced at home that I can set something up during the day in between doing some things for work, and then come out here at a certain time, run for an hour, stop, and say, we'll be back. And, and just make it, especially after Gen Con season, because there are companies that are sending me some things. The fantastic, glorious people over at Thunderworks. When I think of companies of games that I will never get rid of, Chip Theory Games, whatever they come out with, I will keep in my collection till the day I die. Okay. Flying Pig Games, same thing. They're war games for me. I love them. I love Mark Walker. I love what he does. I love how he dumbs it down where I can play with my kids and my grandkids one day. Thank you. I can't thank them enough. The guys over at Lock and Load, some of the stuff they do. But Thunderwork Games, God, I love Role Player. God, I love everything that he comes out with. That stone spine architect, that is a masterpiece. Okay, and some of the other stuff that he's come out with. And now they're sending me Metro Runner, which is the cyberpunk game from them. Count me in, bro. Gonna finally start my first playthrough of Bardsong this weekend. Hopefully. Excited to hop in. Well, Jason, I hope you have a good time. Isn't that what games are all about? Having a good time? God, I thought that said 54 minutes. I was going to say, I've been talking for 54. It's only 44. But there are just a couple of companies that make games, and every time they come out with a game, Stonemeyer Games. Jamie is, I just can't. I can't do this right now with thinking about all the great stuff that he's come out with. Just a great man. He's always been very kind to me, very nice to me. I didn't know he liked watching every once in a while. But he is just a all in all great guy. See, Swords and Sorcery, I kind of put that in the same category as Dungeon Crusade. I just kind of had enough, and I got tons of it, and it's all painted up. I keep on saying, maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe I'll come back to it. It might go on the chopping block. We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. So, but getting down to it, boy, I can't wait till next week. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. I hope you guys will tune in. I wanted to come on today, anyways. Maybe I should have named this something else. Yeah, I'll change the name of it after I get done. Because I made it that I was going to talk about Warhammer Quest, but instead I talked more about my brother and my mom, games, and other things. Kind of a Q&A thing. You know. I think it's just good coming live. Coming back live more and talking with you guys. I feel a little bit more engaged. I don't feel so outside the box like I've been feeling. It's weird because, it's a funny thing. I'm a great power lifter, great at a lot of sports. And I started playing racquetball. And the reason I love it so much is I'm not good at it. Yeah. I'm getting better. And this guy that's like a pro took me under his wing, saw me just playing by myself, and he came in and he goes, okay, let's see what you got. And of course, he can hit the ball like inches from the ground and just ground it out, every single time. He's that good. And, I'm trying to get my feel for it. And he's just been very patient, and we've had some fun. He's taught me a lot, and I'm learning. Well, today was the first day that I went over with this group, and I said, you know what? F it. You know what I mean? Go big or go home, And the reason I like it is I'm not happy. The problem with me is I've always been great at everything I do. And once I accomplish everything, I get bored. And then I don't play it no more. Like golf, I was really good at golf. I got bored of it. Okay? Okay. These people aren't playing in front of me. Then somebody wants to play with you. And sometimes I just want to be left alone. I really do. I know it sounds silly. Softball, I played in state champion, national championships, state championships, traveled all over the place, okay? It took up my weekends. I got tired of, spending a Saturday. You play your first game at 9 o'clock. Then you wait. Because you won, you got to wait till 1 o'clock. So you're sitting around the field. I'd rather be home, doing something else. So after a few years of that, I got bored, left. Because we won everything. There was nothing to achieve. Then, powerlifting. Broke every record, okay? There was nobody to compete against in my age bracket, weight, or that could do what I do. I'm not bragging here, but I'm trying to tell you that I just get bored of things. And this is fun because I'm not good at it. Okay? So, this morning I played doubles. And the guy invited me in. Come on, play with these guys. These guys are a lower level, but you'll have fun with it. I like to play with them because they're my friends. And I think you'll fit in real well. Well, I did all right, but there were just times when I was out of place. The ball comes off the wall, and I'm like, okay, it's going to bounce this way. No, it bounced a different way. And, I completely whiffed at it. And of course, being the type of athlete I am, I'm pissed at myself. But I was very gracious, and I was very happy. And when I left there, I was frustrated and fired up with myself. But I had a good time with the guys. And I said, okay, I'm not going to ever let that happen again, because they play again on Friday morning. And I go to the gym every morning, and I work out, and then I go right into the racquetball club, and I start hitting the ball. and trying to get used to certain things. My wife for Father's Day bought me a brand new $200 racquetball racket. She goes, "Yep, you'll play this for a little bit, and then that'll be it." I go, enough out of you, woman. So I really am looking forward to going in and working out, and then going to play by myself, because I'll hit it by myself. I stay away from the other guys. And then Friday, when this guy, because he does it a couple days a week, and when I come back in next time, now I got that fire in my belly. I cannot wait to get back into that court and improve. I'm not saying I'm going to do great, but I'm going to be better, because now I got it in my head. I know the mistakes that I made. There were a couple times my feet were just in wrong positions. And I'm fired up. I really am. I can't wait. And I'm going to do it. Let's see. We got a couple comments. Sometimes we just hold on to really old stuff. I sure do. Old Warhammers. Old Warhammer from the 80s, which I do. I got a bunch of those old guys. Blitzkrieg, I have that. APBA, I have that. Heroic Realms, I have that. Hero Quest, have that. Advanced Hero Quest, it's in the whatchamacallit, Victory Games. Yes, I've got tons of those. James Bond RPG, I do not have that. And a Middle Earth collectible card game, I have that. Rob, have you looked at Tales from the Red Dragon in Dungeon Crawl? Yes, it's right over there. I did a video last Gen Con, about it, and I declared it the game of the show. I thought that was one of the best games of the show last year. That's how I feel doing triathlons at the age of 68. Playing music and playing games. Nice to find friends to share experiences. That's the funny thing, is a lot of things that you have to rely on people. Like, I would like to play that pickleball stuff. Okay? I'm kind of curious about it. I've been looking into it. But the biggest problem with pickleball is you have to rely on people. And for me, I would be there on time. And then if you say, "Oh, Saturday morning we're going to play," well, now my Saturday morning is blocked out. I like to do things in my own time, number one. Number two, I don't like to rely on people. Number three, then you get the people, and then they turn out to be jerks, and you're like, "Oh, God, I just don't want to deal with this jerk," No, not all people are jerks. There's been very, very good people. But I always keep people at arm's length. It's weird. I just, that's why, you look at what I got here, and for the most part, I enjoy it by myself, I'll just come out here, me and my pup, my loyal pup. Are you out here? Where are you? Oh, she must have went back in. Oh, when my son opened the door, she went in. Usually, there's a bed under here with her, and I'll keep my feet under here, and she'll lay up against my feet. And I'll just either paint, or I'll do certain things and stuff like that. And it's just the way it is. Just the way it is, and I feel most comfortable of it. Would I like to have a friend that I'm close enough with that I could do stuff with? It take a while and some trust, and you have to build that relationship, and work on it. But I would like that. But it's hard out here, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, Florida, and that's where it becomes very difficult. So, yeah, there you go. I really do just like coming on here sometimes just talking. Always makes me feel better. Really does. Especially when we talk about games and stuff like that. And, you know, things in life and stuff like that. Boy, I see a bunch of games over there that gotta go. Agents of Mayhem, Pride of Babylon. Great game. Gotta go. Got to go. I gotta make more room here. Working on it. Working on it. Seems more challenging to make friends the older you get. Yeah, it's kind of funny because we just get set in our ways. It's really funny. I've always been a weird mix of hermit and social person. Yeah, you know something, Van Davis? That would be the best way to describe me. I'm a hermit, yeah, I'm a very social person. It's an oxymoron in a way. I enjoy interacting with like-minded people, but pretty much anyone eventually grates on my nerves after a short while. Yep. Yep. Yeah. I can go from good to see you. Okay, I need to be alone now. Yeah, it's on a drop of a hat. It's just one of those things. I think, I don't know, you just get to a point where you get in your comfort zone and your pattern. My pattern, I have a certain way of doing things. And the minute you break that pattern, it F's me up. And then I'm like, okay. It's not like, you know, OCD or some things like that or anything. It's just you have a certain way of doing things. I know every morning I'm going to wake up at 5:25. I'm going to get out of the bed. I'm going to do a little tinkle. And then my dogs are going to look at me and they're going to want to go outside. They go outside. They do their thing. They come back in. I grab my gym stuff. I look over at the wife. Blow her a kiss. So who's out cold snoring. And then, boom, I go grab my backpack. Get in my car. Drink my energy drink. Get to the gym. Get out. Work out. I know what time I'm going to be done. Take my shower. Come back. Turn on my computer from work. Start work. Take a little break. Come out here. Maybe film something. Go back in. Kind of do two things at once. 4:01. Boom. My computer's off. I'm eating dinner. There you go. I am on retirement leave from the Army after 31 years. God bless you, Gary. And realize I don't have any friends now to play games with or hang out with. My kids are grown up, as are mine, and moving on with their lives, as they should. It's tough. Ellen, it is getting harder to game casually. Everybody is hyped about every new game now, and they want to play new games every game night. Yeah, for me, you know what the hardest thing about playing new games every week was? You gotta learn them. Like when you go to a convention, okay? This was one of the most frustrating things. Is a bunch of new games will be there. Everybody's all hyped to play them. And then they're sitting at the table for 4.5 hours reading the rule book. You got the one guy trying to read the rule book to teach everybody. And everybody's sitting there waiting. What the hell are you doing at the convention for? And then you see people, hey, anybody know the rules of this? And they're sitting and waiting with the sign. And it's just a chaotic mess. I'd rather just play something simple and fun with a bunch of people that I already know. I can figure out the new games later. You know, because I'm going to end up having to make a video about them or something like that if they're really, really good. But sometimes I just, that's the way I feel. A lot of times at a convention, I never even get to play I would never play a single game because I was so busy trying to tape things, talk to designers. Hey, there's that new game. Tell me a bit about it. I'm making this for the channel, so, tell me about your game. Boom. And then I would go up to the room, edit it all, try to upload it overnight so you guys can see it during the convention so you can feel like you're there. And, it was always just always going, and trying to get the footage to make you feel like you were there. And eventually I just said, these conventions, I don't enjoy myself when I go. I'm running to the UPS store every 5 minutes because I'm buying a bunch of, this will be good for the channel. Oh, this will be good for the channel. This will be good for the channel. This will be good for the channel. That's the excuse. And then you run to the UPS store and you put it in a box and you ship it home. And it gets home before you do. And then you finally get home and then I get that look. Oh, God. I used to get that look. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I felt like my soul was going to leave my body. 243 solid, made out of steel. And here comes this little 140-pound woman, never worked out a day in her life. Her main diet is gummy bears and cookies from some bakery and sweet tea. That's her main diet. Okay? But she can give me a look and my soul will leave my body. I would walk through the door and there would be in the sitting room there all these boxes piled up. I mean, piled up. If they tipped over, it could kill somebody. I'm walking, hey, I'm home. And I get this. I'm home. And then she'd look at me. And then she'd look at the pile. And then she'd look at me. And then look at the pile. And then look at me. And I would go, it's for the channel. That's why I stopped going to conventions. Let's see. I always enjoy your walkthroughs of conventions. Sorry you didn't enjoy them. It was just a lot of work. I hadn't been on a vacation in a long, long time. And for the first time in like 10 years, me and my wife are actually, we're going to that Man United game. We're going to treat it as a little vacation. As I sit here spinning at the gym, one thing I like about triathlons, you can train alone or with others. But I'm not big on group rides, although I did enjoy the 500-mile out of Gary bike ride last year. Very cool. David, when a package arrives, my wife and I have that running joke. What did you order this time? Actually, it's a funny thing when we go to the mailbox. What are you doing, kid?
Just getting some milk.
All right. Some Scarlet milk?
Yep.
There you go. It's funny. We go to we don't have a mailbox like normal people do. There's a group one down at the, about half mile from here. So when we come home together, usually we're doing something or another, or we run errands. We usually stop at the mailbox. And if we notice the keys are gone from the boxes, that it's somebody's got something. So, the keys are missing, so we'll pull over. I'll get the mail, open up the box, and there's the key. And then I'll look at her. What did you order from Amazon now? So I open up the box, and then I say her name. I'll read the label, and I'll go, Tammy Ann. And some days, it's all for her, and she's just like... But every once in a while, there'll be that thing for me, and I'll just throw it in the back. Like my comic books come every other week from Atomic Empire. Great company. They do such a good job at putting your comic books together. They board them. They come nice and neat. They're like perfect. So instead of going to a local comic store, I order from there. I just like it better. And then I set a limit that not to charge my credit card until I hit a certain threshold, meaning that, don't send me the books until I hit a certain threshold. And then once I hit that threshold, boom, they pack them up and they send them out. Fantastic. Best thing I ever did. And fantastic discount too. So anyways, I'll get something I'll throw in the back, and she goes, "Oh, who was that for? For you?" She'll get on her high horse. Miss, I own stock in Amazon. Ay. I know the feeling about conventions. I skipped Essen Spiel this year. My friends are still going. They buy around 200 games each year. Last year I asked them, "What are you making this like your day job?" We are. See, that stupid heart gets in the way. And when the comic comes up, I'll read the last line. "You are making this like your day job." Oh yeah, with all the games. I know. It's just one of those things. All right, I've been on for an hour and 6 minutes. We've talked about a whole bunch of things and Warhammer Quest. I'm going to fix that title so people aren't misled. Because as usual, I come on here and it becomes something totally different. But I love you all. We've got plenty to do. I'll keep you updated. I'll be back on Sunday. Okay. We got plenty of videos the rest of the week. I've already shot videos for next week. So I've got plenty of time to get everything all cleared up, all tested up, so we can do our Warhammer Quest campaign, which I can't wait to do. All right. I hope you guys, again, thank you to the individuals who helped me out of that jam of getting stiffed by a humanoid. And as always, you guys are the best. I love you all very much. And we will see you very, very, very soon, because that's what we do. That's what we do here on Rob's Tabletop World. Notice how I'm coming on live a lot more? Be ready. Be ready. We're going to take our next step. All right. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.